We live in a twilight world, man. Let's do another quick recording. So obviously, like, suspiciously, and a bit of a red flag, my account, my general kind of message, my content has all been released from the dark abyss of censorship. Suddenly everyone can view my content. Bit weird, but, I guess, I'm under no illusion myself that, and this is a dilemma I have with my content, is although I'm kind of exposing how war is kind of, engineered, manufactured, staged, and all that kind of stuff, it does still kind of divert energy towards the war itself. Let's be clear, my message has always been from day one, and it still remains the same. The way we end this is we all throw these black cube, evil Black Mirror devices, into the fires of Mordor, man. The way to win the game is not to play. Simple as that. But anyway, back to the topics. Yeah, man, it's been a bit of a kind of illusion warfare, Les Luthor kind of resurgence. I think over 1,000 new people have kind of like discovered my work, and they're all kind of like, really interested in it and so on. And of course, the age-old thing is coming up again, and people are saying to me like, Les, man, you need to start a GoFundMe, or, you need to promote your Patreon more and all this kind of stuff. And nah, man, like, I am sticking to what I've said from the beginning. I will never ask for money, ever. Yeah, I have a Patreon. I have a Buy Me a Coffee. It's there. It's not hard to find. People want to, throw a coin into the hat. Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. But no, I'm not going to go on like this e-begging or whatever the fuck you call it, where you kind of ask for money. It's never going to happen. And there's multiple reasons for that, yeah? Firstly, for me, it's really uncomfortable. For other people, it might be fine, but for me, it's really, really uncomfortable to ask for money. Get the violins out, yeah? Wah, wah, wah. Like, my whole life, I've never had help from anyone, yeah? Even in my darkest days, back when I was a kid, I was living with no mum and dad, going hungry in a fucking empty house with no electricity. I never asked for help from no one. I never got help from anyone. I've got my whole life doing things off my own back. And that's just how I am. Yeah? It's just not within me to kind of ask for help, man. I don't know. It's one of them things, isn't it? Some people might be able to relate to that. Some people might not. Okay? The other thing is the integrity side of things. Like, no one can ever accuse me of being a grifter or anything, yeah? I do all of my kind of illusion warfare reports off my own back. Yeah? I go and earn that money working a real matrix job off the sweat of my brow. I pay for these things. I lose money every time. And, even if you don't like me, you don't agree with what I'm saying, most of you have to respect the fact that I have, a lot of sacrifice and energy goes into all of my illusion warfare reports, to which I don't get any kind of profit. There's no profit. I lose money and I get nothing but kind of like hassle from all the normies and truther kind of NPC types that just don't like what I'm saying. And yeah, that's got, like I said, you might really be like kind of annoyed about what I'm saying, but you have to respect the fact that I'm doing this all off me, with no kind of return. Now, the other reason, and this is where it gets a bit woo-woo and a bit out there, and, I'm going to say this is for the people that kind of understand that there is a world between worlds, there are higher forces above us. I believe the whole reason I am protected when I go to these phony war zones is because of that. It's because I don't seek fame and I don't seek fortune, and I'm doing it via good intentions. Like, my heart's in the right place, And my intentions are to stop the war. And I think that's why the forces above, the energy gods, I don't know what you want to call them, yeah? They protect me. Okay? Most people, you know, if they would have done what I'd done in Ukraine and anywhere else, they would have probably got arrested and thrown in some kind of dark dungeon, you know, with some kind of criminal charge against them and some kind of deportation. Every time I got surrounded by, you know, Border Patrol police or something with guns, I always managed to talk myself out of it, and away I went. And although there were some scary, hairy fucking moments where, you know, I had guys in masks with AK-47 standing around me asking for my documentation, I always was let free. I believe this is the universe protecting me because I don't ask for money, I don't seek fame. I am working in, you know, what they call right action, I guess. Righteously, with good intent. So simple as that. To me, that is way more important. Being protected, you know, and you know, because essentially what they could do is they could get hold. Let's say you're in Ukraine, snooping around, exposing the fake and phony war, and you know you get arrested. They could basically make your life hell. They could basically make a cunt of you. They could fucking show you, you know, they could stick you on kind of national TV, parade you around, make an absolute fool of you, make your life hell, go through your phone, you know, get all your fucking, every time you've sent some kind of, I don't know, inappropriate message to one of your ex-girlfriends, they could get all your dick pictures, they could, I don't know. None of that bothers me, because I look great naked. But I'm saying, you're getting the idea of what I'm saying, you know, they could make your life hell, innit? I don't know, maybe put your address up publicly to all the fucking clowns that hate you and stuff and all that kind of business. So, yeah, man, to me, having the ability just to, you know, come back to my normal life and be kind of clandestine and unknown is way more and better than being paid. And of course, like, it's no secret, I've debated about, or I've kind of like wondered, you know, could I one day turn this into like a career? Because yeah, man, there's a lot of time and effort goes into it, of course. Do I need the money? Of course I fucking need the money, man. I live paycheck to paycheck, man. Yeah, when that first time I came back from Ukraine, I basically had to not pay my rent for 2 months because I had to opt for paying food, you know. And what people don't realize is, like, it's, you know, yeah, man, it does take an impact on the finances. Although I'm very, very good at traveling cheap, traveling light and traveling cheap, I mostly lose the money where I take time off work. Because every time I take a week off work or a weekend off work, I work weekends, you know, that's 400 quid gone. So yeah, I might be able to find cheap flights on EasyJet and that, but yeah, man, like the next month when I invoice all the people that owe me money, I've lost, man, like 400, 800 quid, and I get stung the next couple of months. So yeah, man, do I need the money? Of course I do. Would it be nice to you know, get paid for the time and energy I put into this stuff? Of course it would. Man, the amount of time I put into all this kind of stuff, if I would put into like a regular job, I reckon it'd be probably about 20 grand a year. But like I said, man, to me, protection from the universe, integrity, that stuff is more important to me. And like I said, man, no one can ever accuse me of being a grifter. I mean, some do, and they just look like a clown, because everyone that knows, followed my journey from the beginning, has known that I've turned down cryptocurrency. And I was I was reluctant to even set up a Patreon and buy me a coffee so people could throw me a coin in the hat, man. You know, it's one of them personal things, man. Anyone out there that's listening that's grown up poor, you know what I mean, man. There's some sort of kind of like pride thing involved with it, like an embarrassment when someone, like, I don't know, hands you a fiver. I don't know, man. It's a weird thing, isn't it? Weird thing, especially when you've been, you know, battling through life on your own, isn't it? It's a weird one. But anyway, quick recording. We live in a